How do you sell a home? It basically comes down to these 4 questions. Number 1 is the first question is, well, why are you selling? Where are you going? What's the story? That's the most important thing, because if that motivation isn't high enough, probably never going to go through with it. The second part is the prep work and staging, getting the property ready so that it can sell for the highest amount possible. Third stage is the marketing. The marketing stage, the marketing is super important because you've got to get it prepped to create digital assets like this and be able to share those digital assets, whether it's postcards, magazines, ads, being on chat searches, being on Google searches, being on Zillow. All of those things start here with the agent or the person in charge of doing the marketing. So none of those other companies or none of those other avenues even have a shot unless this person, number 1, is getting it done. So then the fourth part is getting it into escrow and getting it closed. So each one of those things are very important. A lot of people underestimate number 1. The reason why, that's always the most important. They fall short in number 2. When you fall short on number 2, it ain't gonna help 3, because 3 depends fully on what 2 is doing. You can't market well if you don't have good digital assets. You've got to do the prep, or it's just, why isn't my house selling? Well, you didn't want to do any of the prep. You didn't want to do the work that it takes to get it done. I understand not wanting to spend money, and you don't have to spend a lot of money, but you've got to do what you can with whatever budget you can. If you don't have the money, there's always resources and help and being resourceful. I like to do extra things like helping out with movers, helping out with junk collectors that can take things and help people with the trash out, and even reselling valuable items that can help pay for some of this stuff. There's a way to make it happen. So number 4 is getting it in escrow, selling it, and then keeping it sold, getting it to close. Now, you can have one good offer, but if you don't do the prep, you don't do the assets, and you don't create a buzz, and you don't have the backups, and you don't have a level of a bottom line, it's very hard to have leverage when that person wants to negotiate on fixes. So all of this stuff really matters. There's a right way to do it, there's a so-so way to do it, and there's a wrong way to do it. So if you want to do it the right way, go ahead and reach out. So when people walk in and they get hit with 5 wow factors, one after another, it's like a combination punch from Mike Tyson. Just boom, 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 and they're out, just in awe, seeing stars in a good way, and they fall in love with the property immediately. When you have other things like double decks, upstairs living space, tile so cute in the bathroom you can eat it like candy, that's what it takes. Getting the property to its highest point that it could possibly be, and then marketing it in a way that's going to get it sold. That's what we're doing here, and we take pride in doing it, and we start from seeing this vision and creating it before any work is even done. All right, you guys, so behind this window is one of the most immaculate entryways that you're ever going to see. Walk through the yellow door, and then you see out of this bay window, go through a couple of arches. You're going to see a fireplace, nice living room setup, dining table. You walk through the arches and you look right along the long countertops of the kitchen, right outside the glass door to the backyard. And let me tell you, when people walk through and they just get, all right, you guys, so just to add on, over 100 homes sold, representing buyers and sellers, always helping buyers to get the best deal, to see the value in what they're purchasing, at the same time helping sellers sell for top price. Too often we see it just not done with any quality, with any plan at all. And the details aren't that, it's not that it's that hard. Like every step is easy to do, is doable, but they have to get done, and they have to get done in order. And that's about it. It's not rocket science, but someone has to do it. And if you're working a full-time job, or you have something else and you don't have the time to do it all, it's probably not going to be done correctly. So we want to make sure it's done correctly and in order to get the maximum amount of people in the property and the property sold as high as possible in the lowest amount of days on market. And especially in this market where we tend to be sliding off, losing 5 to 10% year over year, that's a huge difference for you. That could be the difference between $50, $75, or $100,000 and this middle market between 800 and 1.2. I want you to max out on it, so Thanks so much for watching, and look out for the next piece of media on this 175 West Center. This one's gonna be a banger. All right, so here we go, Avenue Specialist. Just recently I got called out by one of the biggest agents in our county who's expanding beyond county. Says, yeah, Jeff Belzer's got something. Where do you think it's at on the West End? Now, I'm not exclusive to this. I'm working the whole county as well. But when you specialize in an area, you really know what's going on. This property behind me sold in the 600,000s, was the best deal last year in the fall. Didn't look like this, a little bit of a fixer. You probably saw that video too, got a lot of views. But what people don't know is that it's probably in the $1 million category now. We've got 3 off-market listings that are gonna be coming within the next 60 days that are gonna be in the 1-2 category. The last one that sold in the 7s is gonna get fully renovated. It's one of the only 2-story properties in the flats on the West End, in one of the hot pockets of Vince Lewis Carr, Center Prospect, and Simpson. Those 2 tracks are the hot tracks, east on this side, west on that side. Those are the hot tracks over here. So if you guys don't know those streets, you're asking, well, where's the right questions? Well, pay attention, because this is one of the hippest areas in all of Southern California. This is the area that people are moving to when they're leaving places like Santa Cruz, and they're leaving places like Dana Point, San Clemente, San Diego, Oceanside. They're coming, they want another small beach community like they grew up in, and they want to live in one that isn't overdeveloped. That is Ventura, where it's hip, where things are happening, got the cool classic cars, is the west side. Now, what's really unique about the property that we're going to talk about today is that this is one of the only 2-story properties in the flats. We've got 2 balconies. It's fully renovated. It's got this extreme entryway that's going to make you wow. And the tile in the bathroom, you're going to eat it like candy. It's so good. So hang on your seatbelts. Let's drive right in. So why would someone purchase a property that's in the 6 or 7s, that's a fixer, that needs to be totally gutted? There's actually 2 for sale right now on Center Street, getting some action, but the sellers don't seem that motivated to take the offers that they need. They think theirs might be worth over $1 million or 1.2. Well, it is when it's done, and it's not when it's not. So if someone's willing to do the work, put in the time, the sweat equity, and the dollars, let's face it, it costs money to do fixes, then it's there. And a lot of the buyers today, they don't want to take the time or spend the money to do it. They'd rather just pay a top dollar price, have it done, move in, and get busy living. And that's what we're going to check out right now. So in here, you'll see this is a process of getting ready, how to sell a property on the West End. You've got to get the potted flowers. You've got to have staging. You've got to have an entryway that makes you walk in and go, wow. Opens. See the way. Look at the archway. Notice the fireplace. Second archway. Zoom the room. Hey, Crystal. And you come through. Chasing you. And you come right on down the long countertops. So we've got a little decorative light here. Long countertops. Right out to the backyard. Plenty of space. This is what people like the most about these West End properties, is the clean slate, privacy. Back in, the double arches. Crystal again. All right, so one of the tough decisions when you're in this situation is you've got the great kitchen, you've got a great living room, got a little space here where to put the dining room. So you could put it either here, or you could put it in the living room over there. Different people have different ideas, but as long as it's full and it feels full, that's good. But the tricky thing is when people start asking questions, they remember feeling confused. They don't go away with the right feeling. You want them to be wowed. That's why it's so important, that 1, 2, 3 that we just went through, is we want them to feel wowed and they don't have those tough questions. Those are better for inspections. And then let's head on over. We've got this gorgeous bathroom that was fully retiled from floor to ceiling. Got the gold plates. We've got 2 bedrooms downstairs. There we go. So three bedrooms. 1, two that we're gonna set up. Actually set that one up like a living space. And then you've got the primary right here. There you go, how's it going? You got window out to the backyard. There you go. You've got the tile. Floor is looking just amazing. Let's make sure you guys got a good shot of this. So this tile is like, these like half moon crescents. It's beautiful. Like people are gonna want to eat this like candy. It's a gorgeous bathroom, his and her sink, amazing primary, which when we talk about luxury feel, you've got the window, got the balcony, you've got a standing shower, two sinks, you have a closet. Now, you don't pop it with the walk-in closet, which this home had space to do that. However, you know, the marketing of the neighborhood doesn't need that. So if this was beachfront or hillside, we probably would have gotten rid of one of the bedrooms and made a really luxury primary. That's the difference. So here we are at the top of the stairs again. Just want to show you guys, give you a frame of reference. And we're going to go towards the extra room. We'll see again another gorgeous bathroom. Oops, I'll tilt to the camera here. Another gorgeous bathroom, tile work, another dual sink. That's good. I'm going to come on out here. They're setting this up like a living space. So this could be a bedroom. It's got the closet, the bathroom's right out the hall, and this one also has a balcony. Actually, it has the egress to both balconies. So you have this one and that one, which is going to make a really cool shot because what are we going to do with this balcony? Yeah, we're going to shoot it from this one. So you go enter in and then out, and then zooming out to the island. And then as soon as you go in, you notice the archway to another archway through the living room, the long countertops, and then right out the back door window. It was like a French door style, but the egress going outside to that backyard. 1, 2, 3. It's the process, and you have to have this vision before you lift a finger, hammer nails, and stroke a paintbrush. So that's everything from the furniture to the setting and doing it in a way that's going to be meaningful. We're doing it in a way that's going to be meaningful and speak to the potential buyer, because we want to get as many buyers here as we can. Want the property to sell for top dollar. We want the person to enjoy it too. So we're really painting that picture, you know, more than just painting a house, but we're doing it from square one. So if you're watching this and you are a seller or you're going to be a seller, whether you choose to work with me or someone else, ask them what the process is. And by all means, get involved in the process. There's too many sellers don't want to do anything, don't want to declutter, don't want to move. They want to get an iBuyer offline who's going to pay them $100 grand, $200 grand, 20% less than the property's worth. When you can just hire for a little bit of money, get some muscle if you can't do it yourself, if it's physically beyond it. I get it. I don't like to move stuff, but get it done, get it prepped to the best that you can, and prepare it and do the storytelling, do the narrative. Get the digital assets well before you go live. That way you have something to work with to get as many people through the door at the right time at the same time is so key. It's all about that opening weekend. You've got 2 weeks for your opening launch. Now, you've got a lot of people out there watching World Cup, right? You watch World Cup? You? Okay. So when you start a game out, and let's go England versus Mexico. When they had that goal, and Mexico could have had a goal, but then England had the goal, and they got around it. That's their start. They opened with 2 goals. Now their chances of winning, like probably 75% that they're going to win at that point. Now Mexico did a great job of doing the comeback, but as soon as it went 3-2, they just didn't have a good start. It's the same thing with this. Your launch is everything. People bog in their first 2 weeks. I saw people list on Center, and they went on with no pictures or one photo, and they just kind of dripped it out. Like they just ruined their launch time. You'll never get better than that price. And if you don't have that price today, it's gone. In this market, that price is gone. You are not going to get it. You have to have an excellent launch. Then 2 weeks to a month tops, you're going to get your price. Otherwise, you're not going to get it. And that's just the bottom line, especially when we're talking this 8 to 1.2 mark. Okay, so one of the easiest tricks when you're selling a home is you take all of these things and you put them in a garage or storage. There isn't one here, which is one of the reasons why there's so much space. So when you go to sell it, you've got to sell it as a plus. We've got prefabs priced out. We've got storage containers as offices priced out. New build garage priced out, so when someone comes in, they can add that if they need it. It's not going to deter the sale because we've done this great landscaping. You've got such a clean, open space, and you've got the driveway. The problem is where do you store stuff while you're selling? Figure that out. About selling a property on the west end, that's going to be different than east end, beach, or hillside. What people are looking for is privacy, a good cleaned out yard on a good street, and something really special about this place that other places on the avenue don't have. 2-story, double-decker, 2 decks, all the bells and whistles. This one's gonna knock your socks off. And in a couple of days, all this here is gonna be gone. Furniture staged, photos taken, HD, have a listing launch, flyers, postcards, using those HD assets specifically towards buyers for this. Do the mega open house, broker tour, evening party, Friday night, 4 to 6. And then we're gonna do the Saturday, Sunday, 1 to 4 p.m. And in all of that time, we're gonna squeeze and push the most amount of buyers in the shortest amount of time so that we really know we're gonna land on value. Precision pricing, not starting at the highest point, not starting at the lowest either, but we're gonna be there at a space that's gonna get us the best return, get this house sold quick. Okay guys, thanks so much for staying to the end. Now, here's the extras I was talking about. I said there were 3 properties. This is one of them. 2 are coming in the Prospect Simpson Center track. Those are gonna be coming on within the next 3 to 4 weeks. And there's another one on Warner Street. If you guys are at all in the market and wanna have a chance at seeing or knowing about these properties before they hit, before they go full tilt, and we have all the competition, reach out in the DMs and let me know. And on another note, if you are a property seller, this video is made for you. If you are a property seller, you gotta reach out. Whether you work with me or not, I wanna share what I have for value so that you know what you can do to get the highest and most that you can for your property. All the little things count. It's all in the prep. It's really not what happens during the marketing process or during the escrow. Those things are very important. You get paid to do that stuff too. But if you could just learn prep from me and having a good launch, you could pretty much do this on your own.